How many times has Hyrule had to rebuild? When given a series like The Legend of Zelda, you will quickly encounter many examples of apocalypse-level events. There are dozens of examples of different villains doing different amounts of damage across different countries, but we are interested specifically in the events that cause devastating damage to Hyrule, specifically with no resolution. For example, in Minish Cap, the castle is taken over by Vati, but it's returned to its original state by the end of the game. The easiest way to track this is just to go down the official timeline and see what we run into on the way. Skyward Sword doesn't have a Hyrule yet, so they don't need to rebuild after that game. We already covered Minish Cap. Our first snag is Ocarina of Time. This game sees the destruction of Hyrule Castle and the surrounding market, which means that it would need to be rebuilt. In fact, because of timeline shenanigans, after the events of this game, it would need to be rebuilt in two different timelines, the Downfall and Adult. The Adult timeline sees the destruction of Hyrule and the founding of New Hyrule, so we'll add one more to the table. The Child timeline escapes without needing significant rebuilding. The Downfall timeline sees a lot of, well, downfall, but the only explicit example we see is the destruction of the kingdom during the era of Zelda 1 and 2. It manages to stay relatively intact otherwise and is fixed by the Triforce in many other cases. That gives us 4 rebuilds so far. We can go ahead and sprinkle in the era of the Wild where, Purah's helping as well because of the Calamity, giving us a total of 5. Let me know if I missed any.